I ain't gonna lie, anytime there's some mentions of the Rocks Pirates or the future Yonko in One Piece, I'm all for it, baby. It's been a couple weeks since we've talked some One Piece. Last chapter I think we talked about was 960, so we're gonna be talking about chapters 961 through 963. And baby, Kozuki Oden, absolute monster. Everything that we've seen up to this point, absolute monster. But that ending of 963 though, let's talk about that. One Piece greatness! No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. So I want to say when we last left off, that giant god pig was attacking Wano, and it was leading to Oden basically getting kicked out of Wano, disowned from his father, and it was a lot of setups. Honestly, it was showing a little bit more of Kinemon back in the day, and Kinemon, even back then, he had guts, he had heart. Like, he went and attacked the pig, especially when it was for what would be his future wife. You know, he wanted to save her, and I'm just curious how the hell Kinemon's hair changed color like that, because it looks like it's like some whitish, or I don't know if it's white or blonde or whatever color, but like, you know, that's not his color at all. So how the hell that character design change happens? It's not like, you know, when you get older, you don't reverse. But whatever. it was dope to just see like the beginnings of majority of these people that followed Oden. And if you think about it, how many of these people that we've met throughout this journey, especially ever since New World, that have all been like, yeah, nah, we'll go to the grave for Oden. Oden was the legend. I mean, they got shot into the future 20 years. Some of them stood behind and waited 20 years for Oden's, you know, prophesized war and saving of Wano. So if you think about it in that regard, like, these people trusted Oden with their lives and with their future. So this backstory gives a good idea as to why they would do that. I mean, between the fact that he slayed that giant pig, and then in 962 he went over there and pretty much conquered a different side. What was it, Kuti? I want to say that he ended up conquering and defeating every powerful foe over there. I will say that 961 felt a little bit sluggish, I ain't gonna lie. It was like, oh, okay, you know, we stopped a giant pig. And I mean, I think the biggest part of that, to be honest with you, was the ending where we met Orochi, which it just shows like, yo, Orochi, even though he's a slime ball, he's a piece of garbage, I don't like Orochi, he did have a major glow up. He did have a major glow up because we see what he looked like in 961 when he was first with Yasui. And Oden's instincts and his intuition, at the very least in that chapter, were spot on, because he was like, yo, why you got this creep here? What's going on? And Yasui's like, oh no, you know, and it's sad if you think about it. Like, for me, I look at it like, I'm like, damn, like, yo, he took this dude in, and then eventually one day in the future, Yasui dies at the hands of somebody that he saved at one given point, Orochi. Like, if that ain't some messed up shit, I don't know what is. And then in like the latest chapter, that's what kind of threw me off. Like, he gave Orochi some money, Oden, even after, like, you know, a few years before, because it was like 3 years in between. He was like, oh, this creep here or whatever, and he was thrown out by Yasui, which I'm wondering why Yasui threw him out. Was it because he found out that he was the one that was robbing or something along the lines of that? But either way, I guess 961, the biggest piece for me anyway, was seeing Orochi's first, you know, introduction to the story in terms of how he came about and his beginning, so to speak. Because now, if you think about it, dude is a monster. He's running all of Wano. So how the hell did that happen? And it was kind of still sluggish up until that point. 962, things sped up. We went from picking up, I think he only had at that particular point in 961 Kinemon and Denjiro. 962, dude got everyone. Kawamatsu, Kanjuro, the two chicks that were dancing for money. Like, dude just picked up everybody and once again showed I'm a beast, because he just conquers everything. He even went to war with the one dude and like didn't even tell his people. So if anything, this is just showing the legacy of Oden. Do I think that, I mean, I'm kind of half and half in terms of like, yo, we were just in the middle of like, what happened? We're supposed to have this big battle at Wano, and then we kind of cut into this Oden flashback. I mean, I'm cool with it. I've seen some people that have been complaining like, yo, this is slow. I want to get back to the main timeline. Okay, we get it. Oden is dope. And I kind of feel like that at some given points, more so earlier on. Now that things is moving a lot quicker. Like, again, last week's chapter, things moved along. We picked up almost everybody that was a part of his crew or that would be a part of his crew. We got mentions that at that particular point was the end of the Rocks Pirates and the beginnings of a lot of the Yonko breaking out on their own. It just kind of feels like Oden's flashback, unless Oden, which I still kind of believe Oden is still alive somewhere. I don't know if maybe Orochi has him in a dungeon somewhere torturing him every day, or what is going on, or maybe Oden went into that time portal as well and he's like the way he was back then. Because if you think about it, what we found out in 963 of how strong Oden really is, of what he was able to fight up against and clash with, Oden is a monster. But with this flashback of Oden, and granted, it's not too far-fetched to think that Oda would show a dead person's flashback, because he did it with Nolan the Liar, and that was like thousands of years ago, where, you know, the dude is already dead. So there's a possibility that Oden really is dead, but I'm truly feeling like this whole fleshed out backstory of how incredibly strong Oden is because Oden is still alive. And if you think about it, we need somebody like Oden on our side. If he was able to clash with Whitebeard, and we'll talk about 963 in a second, then yeah, when we got Big Mom, Kaido, all of Orochi's people, Orochi himself, and he's his own fruit user, he's not a weakling by any means, we need somebody like that on our side. So I'm willing to bet that's why we're getting this whole flashback and showing how amazing he is and all these people, why they followed him, because Oden's gotta be still alive. He's still, either he jumped through the 20-year time portal that they had, or he's been surviving this entire time, or he's been ensnared. Although from everything we saw, Orochi's kind of like convinced that Oden's deceased, I want to say. So it got to be that he's either secretly been hiding out, or he jumped through the time portal for whatever reason. Why 20 years? A lot of still missing pieces to put the puzzle together. Then with 963, at this particular point, Orochi's already been thrown out by Yasui, which you see that he's slowly planning his uprising. He's planning on taking out Yasui at that particular point, which I ain't gonna lie, Oda successfully made a character that I truly freaking can't stand. And I don't mean that in a bad way of like, oh, bad writing. I mean like, I want to see something really, really bad happen to Orochi, okay? Like, I don't know what it is, but something horrible has to happen to him, because he's a slime ball. Like, after Yasui took him in, then he's out there with all the bandits, like, he ain't gonna know what hit him. And then Oden, I'm still like, why would you lend this dude money? He was a slime ball. You said it 3 years ago. What the hell changed? And then coming off of what happened at the end of 962, where the two people washed, or the two beast-looking things washed the shore, this is also introducing Neko Mamushi. Is it Neko Mamushi? I used to say Neko Mamamushi. Neko Mamushi and Inuyasha, how the hell you pronounce the names? You know, the dog and the cat, into the story and how they met Oden, and the ceasefire that happened. I don't know if they were at war now, but basically how the minks and the people of Wano, in particular those, kind of gathered together and worked together because of them washing ashore. And even Oden was just a righteous dude. Like, every chapter just makes you, like, how can you not like Oden at this point? Between the backstory of how much of just a ladies womanizing, crazed, fucking strong ass dude he was, to just seeing that everything he does is with a great reason or purpose, and he's righteous, and he's not a bad dude per se, but he's also a wild loose cannon. So even after Yasui gives the money so that Oden's people could clean their act up and look a little bit better and presentable, Oden's like, yo, y'all some weirdos. I ain't changed. Y'all the ones that changed. What's going on here? But it was dope to see the glow up from rags to riches by the end of 963, that all his crew is dressed down properly, and, you know, they looking real righteous. I mean, at the end of the day, even Oden had a glow up in a sense, where he was disowned by his pops in 961. 963, he's made a daimyo of this part of Wano or whatever. So you see the glow up there. Very, very dark, which we know that Wano is going to go into chaos. A lot of people are going to die, but very, very dark foreshadowing of this was going to be the last time that Oden seen his father. He came there because he thought he was sick, found out he wasn't. I wonder who told him that rumor. But very, very dark, and I'm wondering if Orochi was responsible for the death of Oden's father as well. Like, Orochi, I ain't gonna lie, I just want to see somebody strangle that little motherfucker, because he's just, ugh. And then the part of the chapter of 963 that everybody's going crazy about, including me, I'm not gonna lie. Whitebeard and his crew, Marco at the time still like a small little league dude. Was he an apprentice at that point or something really small? Washing up on Wano, and Oden immediately coming like, yo, what's going on? And seeing him clash, like, right there, that just really put into perspective Oden's power and where he's at on the scale right now. If he was able, because that's Whitebeard at his prime. I want to say that's prime Whitebeard right there. If he was able to clash with prime Whitebeard, if Oden is still this age and he jumped through the 20-year time portal with all of them, he's just been separated or in hiding or whatever the hell, this is going to be freaking insane, because that was prime Whitebeard right there. That is incredible strength. And we knew, because it was already said, that he rode with Whitebeard for a little bit. Then he rode with Roger. So I'm imagining we're going to have a little bit of adventures with Whitebeard, which I'm all for that, baby. Give me all of that all day long. If you're going to do a flashback, which, again, these chapters, they've been alright. I haven't been, like, going crazy in particular up until, like, the ending of this one and when the mention of the Rocks Pirates in the last one. And, you know, Oden is a cool character, but I haven't been like, whoa, up until this one. So now we're going to probably move forward from Wano to him probably setting out to sea with Whitebeard and seeing some great adventures there. And I've always wanted to see some adventures of Whitebeard in the past, and then it'll probably lead to his adventures with Roger in the past as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing all that. And I want to say an editor said that we were going to see a lot of Roger's exploits in Wano as well. So I'm looking forward to all of it. It's been a build up. It hasn't been the greatest, in my opinion, regarding just like, it's giving a lot more of what we kind of already assumed regarding Oden was a beast. He was a monster until the end of 963 when he's clashing with Prime Whitebeard. Like, that was nuts. I love it. And Oden, I ain't gonna lie, he's quickly becoming a little fave of mine. At the very least, in terms of all of the Wano introduced characters, I don't see any of them being as, like, my favorite, like Oden. Oden is just awesome. Man's man and a powerful dude. And with all that being said, yeah, the Oden flashback so far have been cool. I'm looking forward to them leaving Wano and seeing some adventures with Whitebeard and Marco and the Whitebeard pirates and all of them. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that shit had me shook. Like, he clashing with a legend right there. Kind of curious what you guys think. First of all, do you think that this whole flashback is leading up that Oden is indeed alive? And if he was able to clash with Whitebeard, is a good reason that he's still alive, because that means that they have a powerhouse to help fight against these gigantic monstrous monsters like Big Mom and Kaido. Like, just think about it for a second. Oden, he could easily fight one of them. Let me not say easily, but he could go up against one of them, clearly. If he was doing that back then, he could definitely do it. Or you think, no, he's dead. This is just to give more perspective and context. Also, Orochi, do you want to see him thrown down the Empire State Building? Like, something bad, please, Orochi. Either way, in the current timeline, I want to see the most horrific things. Like, I hate Orochi. Like, you just see him like a sniveling little worm. And overall thoughts and expectations for the future of One Piece with 964 and beyond. 963, pretty damn awesome ending, I'm not gonna lie. It got me even more hyped. Like, so we might see some adventures of Whitebeard that'll lead to some adventures with Roger. I'm all for that, baby. But that's all I have for this one, though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in.
Enjoy the next ride, but I was the best ride.